All right, we are live. We're recording. All right, guys. So I'm excited to share. This is some really good stuff. I've done some presentations similar to this, not as deep as Tyler's going to go today, but how to prepare for ASD. I used to do the walkthroughs quite a bit. Haven't done one in not only a couple since Callan's been born. Haven't done it. Didn't do it in March and won't be there in August. But if you're going, or even if you're not going, this is really good information because you can do the whole trade show, no-show method with trade shows, essentially signing up for them, getting access to the vendor list. So even if you're never plan on going to trade show ever, this is still applicable to you. Tyler Kilpack is a good friend of mine. He and his dad came to our one of my first ASD walkthroughs. You were at my house, right, for that live event?
Yeah, I did come to your house, and then we did the walkthrough, yeah.
Yeah, and so I've gotten to know him. He's a trusted friend, so I know what he's doing on Amazon. He's got a whole brand. I'll let him tell you about that if he wants to. He and his dad bought a brand, and it's their private label brand now that they own. So I'm excited for this. You're going to talk about how to prepare for ASD. Guys, gets pretty deep, really good information, totally free webinar. He does have a service at the end if you're interested in taking advantage of it, but there's enough information here. You just watch this and you're going to be able to walk away with a lot of good knowledge on how to, so you walk into a trade show and not be completely, clueless. So Tyler, let's take it, man.
Cool. So as Ryan said, I'm Tyler. I work with my dad, Greg, and we've been doing this for 4.5 years. We're going on 5 years. We started out, we bought a company that had an online presence, and then we've just slowly continued to grow it and try to find new products. And one of the ways that we started to find new products is we went to ASD. The first time we went was actually with Ryan. We went through his walkthrough. It was awesome. If he ever brings it back up, definitely I should take advantage of that. The second time we went was not as smooth, which is kind of how I came up with this system and process that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. The second time we went, it was just like we were chickens cut with our heads cut off. We were walking from the lower to the south upper, and my dad's getting frustrated and mad at me because I didn't see this booth, or we walked right past it and know it was where, and I thought I had everything organized, but I did not apparently, and my dad was really upset. So the next time I was like, I'm never again. I'm gonna be on task. Everything's gonna be perfect.
Right.
It was actually it was huge. My dad raved about how great it was, and that was so smooth. And we went to 50 vendors in one day, and we both were like, well, we should have met more people, but we're I already have enough information. Information overload. So anyway, that's kind of how I came up with this, and I reached out to Ryan. Was I feel like other people can benefit from this. And here we are today on the webinar, and we're going to talk about hopefully I can pass on to you guys how best prepare for ASD or any kind of trade show that you guys are going to. So let me know if you can't see my slides or anything.
Yeah, all good.
Cool. So we're going to overview. We'll talk about how to getting registered. I'm sure most of you have already registered since it's a week and a half away, but if you haven't, I'll go over that. We'll talk about how to get organized, what your game plan is, what you're trying to accomplish at ASD or any kind of trade show you're going to. We'll talk about the vendor research, how to use the vendor directory, how to use their websites, how to find more products and stuff like that. Then we'll go to the building your trade show roadmap. This is basically what saved my life and saved mine and my dad's partnership.
Your whole relationship.
Yeah, exactly. And then what to take. It always is amazing me, when people are like, oh, I should have brought a pen, or I should have brought my business card, or whatever it is. We'll talk about what you should bring. Follow-up is obviously the most important part about trade shows. You just didn't go to Vegas to play the blackjack and not follow up.
Right.
So we'll talk about the follow-up preparation, and then the service that we came up with that Ryan mentioned. We'll talk about that at the very end. So how do you get registered? You guys just go to asdonline.com. I'll do it with you guys here. Let me know. Oops, let's see. Yeah. You see that one?
Yep, I can see this trade show ASD site.
Yeah, so you just go to ASD Online. You go over here to the register to attend. When you click that, it takes you to the second page. You fill out your information over here where it says first name, last name, company name. You hit search. It'll ask you for a couple more information about what kind of seller you are, what kind of products you're looking for, how much your presence is online or brick and mortar, those kind of questions. And then once you get done with it all, you get a confirmation email that looks something like this. That says you're signed up, and please print this out and bring it with you. So you have to have this barcode, this paper to get your badge to get into the convention. Like Ryan said, even if you're not attending, you should definitely still go through the steps and go get registered so you can look through the vendor directory. Super easy. Make sure you have this. Actually, last time my dad and I went, he brought the previous times before, like we went in March, but he brought August from the time before. The correct one.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was okay. We found it, but
Tyler, real quick. So I've been telling people to register to get the vendor directory, but I've been noticing that the vendor directory is available to anybody, even if they don't log in. But there might be certain information that's hidden. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that if you sign up, then you can actually save. We'll actually talk about it later. You can actually save your vendors that you want.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
The list, and then I believe that you can make like appointments and stuff like that with them.
That's right.
Signed up. Yeah, so that's the benefit of signing up. Yeah. So once you're signed up, you're ready to go. You want to go to ASD. Like what's next is to get organized. What are your ASD goals? You have to have some kind of goal when you're there. The biggest thing is that you need to write these goals down. It needs to be an attainable goal. You're not going to go in there and say, I'm going to walk out with 40 private labels. You could definitely say, like, I want to walk out of there with 2 private labels, or I want to walk out of there with 5 private label ideas, or maybe like I want 5 different bundle ideas. Not necessarily even products, just ideas. A lot of the time, my dad and I walk out of there and we come home and we come up with this ingenious idea just because we walked through, we interacted with different people, made us think differently. That could be your goal as well. But you're writing them down and you have kind of like a goal, and like that's the beginning of your roadmap, so you know exactly what you're trying to accomplish to set up your ASD roadmap that we're kind of building right now. Once you have your goal, we're going to talk about the next step is like, what products are you looking for? You should start making your list of what products. The next categories. Well, obviously, there's going to be some correlation between the 2 of them, but you need to look at what categories you want. And then I write keywords down for every product that I want. So usually I do about 5 to 6 or 5 to 10 keywords that describe my products and my categories. I did an example here for you guys to do, like, as you're brainstorming. So like products that I might be interested in, like sheets, backpacks, sun hats, pillows, yard games, etc. So that's my list of my products that I'm gonna like hone in on. And my categories obviously kind of tie into my products of like home accents, apparel, pet products, seasonal, and all those are categories that are in the vendor directory that we'll get into. And then I take it to that next step of adding keywords. So what keywords are explaining my product? So I just did sheets as our example. Just to kind of dig down deeper, I go like, I'm looking for bamboo sheets, king size, microfiber, cotton, Egyptian cotton. So then I take all this and I do those keywords for each one of these, and then I take that sheet, and that's when I go to my next step, which is the vendor research. So this is a lot of time. You need to take like a lot of process, and it takes a lot of thought process and to brainstorm, and it's never going to be perfect. Don't like think that you have to have like 10 for each one. One like 4 or 5, the other one will be really easy and you have 10. Once you get through like all of these, you have your keywords and you're ready to go on, that's when we go to the vendor research. ASD makes it really easy to search on their website with their vendor directory. And then I take it one step further and I usually go to the vendor's actual website off of there and get more like their contact information, maybe idea generator, what other products they have that they're not promoting on the ASD website. So if we go back to ASD website, you go to ASD.com or ASDonline.com, and then you go to About the Show, you go to Vendor Directory, and then you can go to the exhibitor list here. And here it gives you all the names of the exhibitor, the booth numbers, what categories they belong in. The tags over here, the ones that I focus on the most and I found like the most helpful for us is this one, the $, it's the show specials. So a lot of vendors will do buy today, you get it like your first one for $100. Or you can buy one container and you get shipping free. A lot of like different places will have shows like the specials like that. So that's good to look at. The private label button, so you make sure like this people are okay if you take their product, take it out of their packaging and put it in your own. Then the drop ship, if you guys do drop shipping, that's another one. And then the one that's probably most crucial to all of us is the e-commerce friendly. These people are okay if you're selling their product on Amazon or your website or whatever. So those are the ones that I look at the most. The exhibitor list doesn't really help you unless you know exactly what vendor you're looking for. If you're looking for a specific name, you can sort by like alphabetically. Or
Let me ask you a question about the e-commerce friendly. So have you found, my typical experience is that e-commerce friendly, they're basically, that's saying if you wanted to sell their brand on Amazon, but even if you go to, let's say, for example, that first LH Sunglasses Incorporated, the first one down there, it is e-commerce friendly. Or actually, let's say the first one, the DIY. Well, that's probably, I think that's like a one of those photography things. So let's go 26 California Wholesale, for example. They're huge. They have a big booth. It's like Cole Imports. This says not reseller friendly, guys, but that doesn't mean you can't ask them, can I take your product out of the package and put it into my own? Once they understand that you're not using their brand name, the huge majority of the time, people don't care what you do with it. So e-commerce friendly, that last section on the right, that would be good to know if you're trying to sell their brand online. So that's what it's saying there.
Right. So the exhibitor list is great for that. And then I get more out of the advanced search. I have I set up the whole keywords and come up with my the product that I'm looking for as well as the category. Because I can come in here and we're saying if we're looking for sheets, I can come down here and look at like home accessories. You can open them up and you can do by bedding or by furniture and lamps or whatever, or you can just check this and everything in that category. And then I can search by my keywords if I want like bamboo. And then you can even come down here and go down further and say like, I want private label. Search. And rather than searching through like the 2,700 people at like all the vendors, now I'm searching through 3 of them. And I can go through and I click on this guy and I see like, okay, they don't have a website, but here's some company information. Here's like their products, their sheet. You can look at more pictures. Looks like they have some fitted mattresses. It's mattresses of 14, 18 inches. So it's like the deep. So that's all information that I think is great. If I like them, and this is kind of like what you were talking about, I can star this. Becomes part of my my favorite exhibitors, which you would find here. This is where like if you're signed in, then it saves these. But if you're not account, then it just goes away.
Let me ask you a question too. So see if you agree with me. I would usually recommend or tell people that if they want bamboo sheets, try it very specific like that. But if they only get 3 or don't get any, then start backing out and getting less specific, because like if you are looking exactly for bamboo sheets, that supplier guide. So this directory, guys, is based on the supplier giving ASD that information. And so if they have thousands of products and bamboo sheets just happens to be one of thousands, they may not tell ASD we have bamboo sheets, therefore they're not going to show up. So you might have to get more broad and look for just home accessories and bed and bath and to find what you're looking for. And you may not you may have to go to their website to check, or you may just have to show up at their booth and ask.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I always go to try to find people with the website. So you can go, I just clicked on bed and bath or whatever. So the website kind of gone away from like the sheets, but you go here, you kind of see what else they have in the website to gather more information. And as I'm doing this and like gathering and researching, I kind of go to my next step, which is building my roadmap with and I put in, which looks something like this, where I have the company information, I have their category, their website, so I can reference it at a later time, and the booth number, and then what products. So going off of like this people, like obviously there's like cooking and burning and like propane and like outdoor cooking and stuff like that. I would write more stuff on their website or in their product info, because from here I can see it's cooking appliances, but it's not really like you just have more information. So I go
Yep.
through, each of my listing or the products and the categories that I want to search for. And that's how I came up with this vendor roadmap, basically, like our roadmap for ASD.
Mm.
Um, so it's like I compile it. Like it's great that we can use the vendor exhibitor. Like you can start it and save it in your favorites, and you can go back to you can go to your exhibitors. But like you said, if you're not signed up for it, then you lose these stars.
That's correct. You would lose that. You could still do the vendor research, but you wouldn't be able to tag them. And then,
exactly.
Yep.
And I've definitely have done that before. I've started a couple and then came back and like, I lost it. So that's, it's good to actually put it onto my own Excel sheet and create this map. And then I build a lot off of this anyways. So here you guys, like it's filtered by booth. So those of you that haven't been to ASD before, the C is central. There's a central hall, SL south lower, and then south upper. S is SU. So I categorize these by the booth. So I know that like we started in Central Hall and started at C1403, and then just kind of like went through the booths like that.
Mm-hmm.
Necessarily like we stuck to this, and this is the only way only booths we're going to. It was more of like our guideline, our baseline. These are the ones that we want to see. But now like we don't have to search and wonder where we're going because we have a roadmap. We can stop at other ones and like see other people and stop at somebody that we may have missed in our research. And actually talk to them, but then, if I'm kind of follow down a rabbit trail, right? You kind of fall into these people, and then you kind of have something to come back to and say, okay, like we got to all these. Now let's like go back. Where do we leave off? Let's start back there and go from there. That's why the roadmap was super crucial to us. Just so much more organized for us to like go, streamline it and keep track of everything. So that's kind of how I do all my research and where I compile it. And then I kind of build off of this. We'll kind of go over that in just a second.
So Tyler, tell them, go back to that other screen up there. So tell them like what would happen if you had a C1403 and then you had an SU1471 and you had a C4355 and then SL3111. Guys, it's not like it's in one little tiny little
building. Not.
This the ASD convent or the Vegas Convention Center is huge.
Yeah, it's like 2 million square feet.
Yeah, it's you would be doing a ton of walking. It's not as short walk to go from the south upper to the north hall.
Yeah,
so it's back and forth.
Even south upper to south lower is not an easy trek.
Exactly. Yeah, it's even in just going one floor because who knows where the booths are. So that's why having a roadmap like this that you guys put together on your own or whether you have Tyler do it for you is super important.
Yeah. And even sometimes like the C23 and 29, like you might have to go down a row or two, or it might be like around the corner or up like some steps. Like it's good to know, like have an idea of where you're going.
Yep.
And sometimes you might hit like the 303 and 40, like in 40, like 4017, just because they happen to be close to each other. But it just like keeps you in like grid system, so to speak.
It does. Yeah.
Helps you and not get completely lost in traveling so back and forth and all over central in one spot and then go.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's super crucial to have like your idea of where you're going and have like your roadmap, have your system in place. And then we kind of get to like what you guys are taking with you. Obviously this part's crucial. Obviously to knowing where you're going, what you want, all that is like the build up to get there. And if like, as you're walking in the door, what do you need? I would say your business card is one of your most important things you need. And for us, I've always done it where I create an ASD email, different email address that we set up specifically for ASD people and that like our business card. That way you can keep track of all the emails, all the spam and all that kind of stuff is easy to kind of filter out and it doesn't get lost within our actual, like our normal everyday email. And then as you contact, like we build a relationship with vendors that that we really like and things are going well, then I'll move them over to my actual email so it populates and comes in there. Like I check it a lot more often. And then I can search, I filter by like ASD 2017 March and whatever in August, so kind of keep track of where I was and who they are so I don't get completely confused. So that's just a recommendation that we've done that's worked well for us to pass on to you guys. The next thing you need is like your roadmap that we just built. You go through that whole process. It takes a while, but it's definitely worth it. It made a humongous difference for us. To make, the difference between visiting like 15 to 20 people to 50 people is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Writing utensils, like I said before, it's amazing how many people forget to bring like a pen or a pencil. Bring extras. You never know if a pen's going to run out of ink.
Yep.
A note-taking sheet, I kind of go over that. I build a note-taking sheet off of the roadmap that I use. But like if you guys have like notebooks, tablets, that kind of stuff, iPads, you can always take notes on there. We bring a stapler with us with our note-taking sheet. I actually stapled the business card next to my notes for that specific vendor. So that when I go back to reference them, it's easy to find the business card. I know who they are. I know what they're selling. I can contact them easily. I have all their MOQ. I have all that information, their pricing, plus all my other notes. And then I have their card, as well as I always write their booth number on their card, just in case it does happen to fall off. I can source it back to there. Pictures, a lot of people don't take pictures. Like you take a picture of like something on a table and you're like, I don't remember what that was too, because you're going to visit a lot of people. So if you can take a picture with like the booth number or their business card with the picture, with the item, it's really good to help you kind of reference it. And then when you get on your note-taking sheet, that you reference that picture and say, I took pictures of this, this, and this. It'll help you kind of keep track. Bring a big bag. You're going to get a lot of pamphlets, a lot of brochures, a lot of paper, a lot of magazines, a lot of business cards. If you have a bag that has like organized, like dividers in it, I would bring that, kind of help keep things organized. Water bottle is super important. You're walking a lot, you need to stay hydrated. You're talking a lot, you need to keep like your throat wet. Wood walking shoes, especially if you don't have a roadmap, you're going to be rocking a lot of miles. If you do have a roadmap, you're still going to walk a lot of miles. This place is humongous. Like it's a lot of vendors, a lot of walking, and then snacks if you guys need it. It's nice to like snack on something while you're walking around. I should have added mints in here.
Right. Yeah.
So that's like kind of what you guys need to bring. And then the next thing is kind of like our follow-up, which I feel like is the most important part. This is like where you have to make what you just did, and you spent the time and the money, and to be at ASD, like just don't make it a trip to Vegas. The follow-up is the difference between 2 days in Vegas and having fun at the tables and running around at a trade show and actually making something happen. The follow-up is huge. You need to make sure that you actually do that, but like comes from the preparation. If you prep for the follow-up, it makes it so much easier. If you just throw everything in your bag and like, I'll get to it later, or you throw that business card in the bottom, you don't take pictures, you're going to get home, or you're going to get home into your hotel that night, or you're going to get home, you're going to be like, I have no idea. I'm completely lost. I don't know what this belongs to. Who does this go to? I think this goes here. So if you take the time to prep for your follow-up, it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, I laugh because I've done that many times.
I have too. I did it like the first couple of times. It was just like, I think this is right. And again, I'm like trying to like make sure my dad doesn't know that I don't know. So what I did for to make sure like I keep track of everything is I did create this note-taking sheet. So I took the roadmap that I showed you guys here and just to it. And so I added the MOQ here, the pricing, contact info, and then my notes. And so I print this out and take it with me, and then I staple their papers here. These ones I scanned in.
Nice.
But I just scanned them in. You can see I wrote the booth numbers. The colors is just me as when I get back to the hotel. Like green means we bought something. The red means it was in Source Direct, because the Source Direct carpet's always red.
Yep.
Keep track of everything of like who was where. It's so much easier for me to like come home and be like, okay, we were looking for like sunglasses. These guys are $24 for a dozen. I know exactly what they want. Or these guys, I referenced a picture that I took on my phone for this year that had looked like sunglasses that we thought about doing. It has made it so much easier to keep track. But I did that every night. When I'd go to the ASD, we'd walk through everything. And then when I come home, I'd transfer my notes that I wrote on this paper, and I transfer it into my Excel and write everything down. So I have it all done, and why it's fresh on my mind. And not 5 days later when I actually made it home and I'm trying to think like, what happened again? Or like we were driving back because we live in Utah. So as you're driving back and you're thinking like, man, I think that we talked to this person. Was this for the $27 or was this the $27? Because all they start looking the same too.
Yep.
So that's huge. I like to do organize by folders. So I actually bring like folders with us, and I use colors. You don't have to use colors. You can write like on a Sharpie on a piece of on the folder. So like if we were looking for sunglasses, everybody that sold sunglasses went into this like the pink folder. Everybody that sold sheets goes into the blue folder. I have everything kind of categorized by what they're like my categories or my the products. So at home, I'm like, okay, we're talking about sheets. We want to find someone for sheets. I pull up like that blue folder and I go through my sheet again, find them again and say, okay, then I would highlight them all in pink and blue. So it's all color coordinated. So it's just easier for me to keep track and find the people that we want and make sure that we're getting the best deal or the price point that we would like.
Yeah.
And then going through your notes every night is huge. And then taking pictures, like we mentioned before, it all seems like a lot of work, and it is a lot of work, but it's like how much time you want to take and make the most out of your trip. If you're going to Vegas, you're spending a lot of time, a lot of money, like make it worth your time to be there. Yeah. Like you do all the prep before it and actually do it and follow through and keep on top of it, stay organized. It's a huge difference. I've done it. I've been there. I've screwed up and I've done it. It's so much better.
It is. That's right.
Yeah. So that's pretty much like what I kind of got over it. I can go over it again if you guys have any questions. The ASD Concierge Service is kind of why I reached out to Ryan and like reaching out to all of you guys and thought like we'd come up with this, hopefully like this webinar to help you guys come up, feel better prepared. But if you don't want to do it and you'd like me to help you guys out, we did this ASD Concierge Service where I basically do your roadmap for you. I do a tailored vendor list, contact info, the product list, the booth locations. I kind of tell you how you would best go through the venue, through the booths. I give you a roadmap. I give you your own like note-taking sheet that will look like this to give you space to have your business card, you write your notes. And then I can tell you how and where to register the day of. So if all your products are in like a central hall, obviously it's going to be beneficial for you to like register in the central hall and not the north or the south lower or wherever. And there's a lot of seminars and lectures. I believe, hasn't Jim done a lecture there?
He has, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's a lot of seminar and lectures that go on. If you're looking for one, we can definitely help you guys get registered or find where the locations are. It's up to you guys. I'm more than happy to help you guys go through this. It's a lot of work. I know it's short notice. You guys are a week and a half away. So I probably will do like the first 5 to 7 people this go around, just because it is short notice, and I want to make sure you guys if you do it, if you sign up and want my help, you guys get I'm giving you the most content I can and doing a really good job. And I don't want to promise too much and under deliver. So that's why I'm only going to like 5 to 7 people. If you guys are interested, it's going to be $150. You just have to.
150?
150.
That's a killer. Yeah. Guys, jump on this. That's crazy cheap that he's even doing it for that price. Holy cow.
Yeah, so that's what we decided. You take care of everybody in the group. I've been there. It's nice to have like somebody else help you. So yeah, if you wanted that.
That's awesome.
A questionnaire. I think Ryan has the link.
I do. So how do you want them? I got the link that you gave to me. How do you want them then to download that, fill it out, and email it to you?
Yeah, if they email it to me, that's Strategy MI or the M Inc. You can email it there. You can print it out, fill it out, scan it back, or whatever. And then with the PayPal, I would once I get your the first 5 to 7 people, I'll just contact you back and we'll send you like the bill through the invoice through PayPal, and then we'll take care of you and make sure you guys get like all the content you need, probably in the next week. So you have time to actually look over it, see if you have any questions, contact me. I'll do my best to take care of you guys and get the most out of the ASD, hopefully, that you can. So yeah, do you guys have any questions?
We have no questions, but I'm sure there will be some so just, guys, if you have questions, just tag Tyler after.
Yeah, please.
I know most of you are going to be watching the replay on this. Just tag him so he can come back in and answer them for you. But man, that's a killer deal. $150 to fill out, do all this for you. You're going to have your own roadmap. You just tell them the categories. You should share that questionnaire real quick so they so they know what they have to fill out. You just basically want to give them some information, what products you're looking for, and he can fill out the exact roadmap for you, so you know exactly what to do when you get there. So you're not just running around from booth to booth.
This is a questionnaire. Do you see this?
Yeah, maybe zoom in a little bit if you can. There's a little magnifying glass there. Yeah.
So the questionnaire just asks kind of like what's your name, your email, phone number, just like that, so I can contact you if we need to. If you've been to ASD before, it kind of helps just so if I need to explain a little bit more, go into a little bit more depth. Then I'm just doing like your top 5 products. You can obviously add more if you guys would like. Your top 5 categories that you guys are interested in. Obviously, are you interested in the private label, drop shipping, show specials, e-commerce friendly, all that's super important for me to find. That kind of help narrow down some when we're doing the research. And then if you guys have contacted any vendors, if you have, it's super helpful to like know so we can add them to your list. So you're actually going to go there. You can make appointments with the vendors. If you made an appointment, we can kind of set it up so you can hit the like specific ones and say like you should start here. Since your appointment's at 9 a.m., this is where you should. And then kind of go from there. That'll help. And then if you guys want to attend any seminars or if there's a specific thing that you're looking for, we can see if there's a seminar that can like target that interest. We can tell you where it's at, how to sign up for it, what your ASD goals, so I kind of have an understanding of what you guys are trying to achieve while you're there, so I can help you tailor your list or your to fit your goals. And then any other info that you guys want to tell me, like if there's another product you might be interested in, if there's, maybe like it's a certain category, like you're looking for sports and you're just like all sports or whatever you want to tell me in that, you're more than welcome to. You fill that out and that's all you have to do. And then back to me and I'll be in touch with you guys and I'll help you out. And I'll definitely get it to you, probably by next Thursday. If you sort of start out today, like today, tomorrow, and stuff like that, it'll be by a week probably. Get it back in time. And then if you have any questions, even if you're at ASD and you sign up and you have a question, I can definitely help you. I won't be there this time. I actually signed up for a Ragnar race that I'm doing with my sister. At this ASD, but probably in March I'll be back. But if you do have questions, you're more than welcome to text me or Facebook me or whatever, and I'm more than happy to help you guys out.
Very cool. And so guys, also remember, if you are not going to ASD, this will still be very valuable because you could still take advantage of this if you wanted to.
Yes.
You can take advantage of this information he presented, but if you still want him to do the work for you and you're not going to ASD, that still would be okay because he'll go through and find suppliers for you. You then would just pick up the phone or send them an email. And so but if you were especially going, you get a big benefit because like you tell him that you want to attend a seminar that it's 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. He's going to fill that into the scheduler so that you're not all the way over on the North Hall and your seminar is going to be, in the South Hall upper level or something.
Exactly.
Really cool. It's that's why he called it the concierge, because the concierge hotel tells you, here's how you do your Disney tickets, and you should lay out your day like this, and here's a good restaurant to go to. So that's like what he's doing. Really cool.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Thank you so much. So guys, feel free to ask him questions. Even after watching the replay, just put them here in Facebook, and we'll give it a shot. And if it works really well, do it again in March.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. Awesome, guys. Have a great day. Rest of your day. Talk to you later.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Just stop the live stream. So good job, man.
Thank you. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, we'll see how it goes. I have no idea what that's going to be like.
Right.
I can also promote it. I can do a post about it. Might be able to send it and put it in my my email that goes out tomorrow.
Right.
See if there's anybody interested in that. So.
Yeah. Figured nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
Exactly. Cool. Well, awesome. You got a big day today?
Yeah, it's been good. I teach fitness classes. I don't know if you know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I teach that in the mornings, and then I have this, and then I teach another class at night. So.
Okay. Could any of that be virtual?
It's all through a school. I probably could, but I do it through Westminster College, which is I literally walk there. It's amazing.
Okay.
But I know I've actually been thinking a lot more about trying to do something like a bit more virtual and like
Sure.
people that way. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to talk about that, let me know. I love brainstorming ideas of how somebody to take something that they're knowledgeable about or passionate about and turn it into an income.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Fitness is definitely like my biggest passion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Awesome.
definitely be in touch about that.
Let's do it. All right. Well, let me know how this goes. When you get somebody just curious,
Yeah, I will let you know.
Awesome.
Cool.
Talk to you later. Thanks so much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. See ya.
Bye.